Hey, welcome to Gunpla Friday, guys. If you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing to our channel. Now, another week, another new Gunpla kit, and I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting Bandai to release any more new kits other than what was already announced on the website, but we got a glimpse of this guy in episode 7 Gundam Build Rewrite. So this kit first originally appeared in the Mobile New Century Gundam X. It's been repurposed, so this guy is now called the Dorado Daughtress. I have to say, this kit, it looks very basic. There aren't a lot of details, the part separation is not that great, and that pretty much explains the very cheap price of 1,400 plus yen. It's not a very expensive kit, so you should be able to buy a couple of these and make an entire army of them, just like what it was intended in the series. But then again, I'm sure not a lot of you are concerned about the details. I think all of you are here for the multiple barrel rifle. I think the rifle design is very cool. You know, you can actually have the normal state, or you can actually expand it. You know, there's a gimmick for you to expand all 4 different multiple barrels into the maximum beam emission state. So it's actually a very cool looking kit. But then again, this is a premium Bandai, so that is actually quite a big disappointment, considering that for a premium Bandai kit, the details, the part separation aren't that great. Plus, they give you actual foil stickers for the eyes, and also the the LEDs that's supposed to go into the barrel rifle. So yeah, I was not very happy with that. So there aren't actually any water decals for the Dorado Daughtress. But all in all, I think the multi-barrel rifle is actually something that I think a lot of you would want. It looks very, very cool. It's a very cool gimmick to have. Yeah, as I said, it's a very cheap kit, 1,400 plus yen, but the only bad news is this is a premium Bandai kit. When the Moon Gundam was released last year, we all knew that the next evolution of that design for the Sazabi was already in place. We knew what was coming up next, but it took Bandai quite a while to actually finally tell us that the Varguil is coming in 144 scale. And the bad news is it's going to be a premium Bandai. We don't know when exactly it's going to be released or how much, but Bandai will actually show us the entire details in December once they start accepting orders. For me, well, I think it's definitely a must-have kit for a high-grade kit in terms of size, the level of detail, the part separation, as what we come to expect from the Moon Gundam. Is definitely a nice kit to have, and it's nothing new. I mean, we knew this kit was coming. It's just that Bandai took such a long time to actually pace themselves to release this kit for us, and unfortunately we won't be getting it this year. It will be released sometime in 2020. From the looks of it, I think the color separation, the part separation, and there aren't really a lot of decals, as you can see, other than the warning yellow strike zones across the entire mobile suit. So definitely be a kit to get. I wouldn't be holding my breath for a real great release, because that will probably take a long time. I only hope that they will fix the feet issue that I have with the Moon Gundam, because there's no articulation in that. So well, let's wait for December once to get more details on the Varguil Gundam. Interestingly, if you guys have been watching Gundam Build Diverse Re-Rise, you would have known that for the last 7 episodes, the entire series was all about building the backstories of all the 4 different characters. We didn't know who was the main antagonist until episode 7, when this Gundam Zeltzam finally arrived, and to be very frank, it seems to be ridiculously overpowerful across the entire universe, right? None of the characters were able to even get close to this guy. So that was one thing that I was actually quite surprised to see. Now, the Gundam Base Tokyo have already done a quick review of the kit, and one interesting aspect of the kit is, of course, if you look at the V-fin, you know, the left V-fin is crooked, just like a clown or a jester. I'm not sure whether that was intended, but in the anime itself, it seemed like the Zeltzam actually had 5 eyes, right? 2 original eyes, and another pair of eyes on top of a mask that's attached onto his face, and another eye on the V-fin itself. So I think that's why they call it the Gundam Zeltzam, because Zeltzam, if I'm not mistaken, someone pointed out to us a couple of months ago, that word is actually German, meaning strange. So this is the strange Gundam in the series. The main gimmick of the Gundam Zeltzam, of course, is the extendable arm, but I'll get to that very, very soon. We just want to talk about in terms of the articulation of the feet, and also in terms of the number of parts that actually goes into the Gundam Zeltzam. It seems to have quite a lot of parts going to it, and I really appreciate the intricate design of the leg. The Gundam Zeltzam leg actually looks very sharp. You know, every angle, no matter where you look at it, there's a lot of sharp design into it. So that's where you can see the pivot for the armor at the back of the calf, where it hides the booster cannon, or whatever you want to call it. And also in terms of the articulation for the feet in itself is actually pretty good. So for high grade kit, it looks very, very promising. A lot of articulation available for the leg in itself. And now finally, let's talk about the extendable right arm. So the mechanical right arm looks very promising. I'm kind of disappointed that the right hand, or the claw as you want to call it, is actually hollow, but given that this is a high grade kit, I can't be expecting too much. So the entire gimmick and the amount of articulation that goes into the Gundam Zeltzam looks very, very promising. So you can actually extend the right arm all the way to the top, and this is where you can see the mechanism of how you actually extend the right arm. Very interesting gimmick, and I'm sure quite a lot of you will probably buy 4 or 5 boxes of the Gundam Zeltzam just to get this very cool mechanical right arm for your next GBWC build. So I actually think there's quite a lot of interesting ways to customize your own kit using this mechanical part of the Gundam Zeltzam. So overall, I think it looks very promising, and it's definitely worth the asking price. But one thing that we do see from this video from the Gundam Base Tokyo is when you actually extend the arm, as you can see, it will not be able to hold the weight of the entire extended arm, right? So you will probably need to find a way to strengthen it, because yeah, it's just way too heavy for the Gundam polycap joints to actually hold it tight. In terms of articulation, the hand itself can just move up and down. You can twist the hand itself 360, so that's all fine and well. Now the other cool weapon of the Gundam Zeltzam, of course, is the big gigantic lance. And if you look at the lance, there's actually holes where it's meant for you to plug into the backpack and also on the gigantic right hand itself. You can also actually place the lance on the left hand, but you actually have to open up the left hand and close them together around the handle of the lance. So it's actually possible. But then again, given the size and the weight of the lance itself, I don't think the Gundam Zeltzam will be able to hold it upright at any time. So most of the poses will probably be, him holding the lance, and the lance will be pointing downwards on the floor, or pointing downwards on the floor itself. Overall, I have to say that the Gundam Zeltzam design is a very cool design. I would really hope that Bandai would re-release this in a master grade 100 scale format. It would definitely be a lot better and have a lot more details. Overall, somehow I just don't like the color scheme. If I do get this kit, I might repaint it, but overall, in terms of the design language of the Gundam Zeltzam is very cool. I mean, sharp angles no matter where you look. And if you look at the chest, that entire torso, big yellow piece that prods out to it, it has a little bit of Barbatos design language mixed into it as well. So all in all, I think the Zeltzam is definitely a very cool kit to have, just for all the gimmicks alone, such as the mechanical arm, and also we're gonna get right next to it is the extendable rifle that is hidden at the back of his backpack. And finally, another hidden gimmick, which is a hidden rifle at the backpack. You can actually extend it all the way to the front. So it's actually quite a cool gimmick, and I have to say the entire kit in itself has a lot of gimmicks going for it. So in terms of detail, yeah, not a lot of details, and there aren't a lot of decals or stickers going for this kit. But all in all, I have to say I really like this extendable rifle arm, where when you pros it out, yeah, it looks really cool. So that's our review, or how to say, a first look at the Gundam Zeltzam. I can't wait to buy this kit, frankly, when it comes out in December, and I'm very sure quite a lot of guys will probably buy a couple of these kits to mod for their GBWC entry next year. Mark our words, let's see how GBWC 2020 will see a lot more entries with this kind of mods from the Gundam Zeltzam. So that's our review for today, and I expected there aren't a lot of kits, because it's GBWC season right now. Everybody's talking about the GBWC entries and also the finals in Japan coming in December very soon. And I'm also crossing my fingers to see when is Bandai going to release the new Perfect Grid for this year. I'm still waiting for it. I'm sure they will release something because it is the 40th anniversary of the franchise anyway. So expect something to come out very soon. And do let us know what you think of the Zeltzam, Varguil, and also the Dorado Daughtress. Thank you for watching, and if you're new to our channel, again, please subscribe to our channel. Leave us a comment down below. We are very active down there together with our community. And if you'd like to support our channel, hey, watching our videos is already part of our support. Thank you guys for watching and have a great weekend building Gunpla.